Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. This is my why. North Dakota carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you.
All right, so I buffered right at the end there. People Day. Happy Thursday to everybody. And wow, what a day. Start out with some nerd stats for you guys, okay? Because I am a nerd. Woke up this morning, checked my blood sugars and ketones. My blood sugars are down to 71, and my ketones were at 5.4 at 4:10 this morning. It gave me Dr. Boz's ratio of 13. When I checked him at 11:30, it was at 76 and 4.9. So it gave me Dr. Boz of 14. I don't know why they went down. They just do sometimes, and that's not a bad thing. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4:10, 60 and a 5.4 give me a Dr. Boz of 11. And I just passed 96 hours on this fast, 96 and a half hours now, or just over that. So the fast has gone really well so far. Now, previously when I was doing my 72-hour fast and I first started doing this, I had a slideshow showing what you could expect at each different level. And I did that again for this one. So I'm going to throw that up here. So 120 hours of a fast, which the body goes through. Hours 72 to 96, the baseline, pushing to 120 hours. Strict carnivore diet for 2 years, 20 months extended fasting experience. That's where I'm at right now. Where you already are at 72 hours to 96 hours, glycogen is fully depleted and fat oxidation is a dominant fuel source. From here to 120 hours, these processes keep intensifying. 72 to 96, glycogen depleted, fat oxidation is dominant. 3 to 5 days, typical peak window for ketone levels. 120 hours is a target refeeding risk begin here. Ketosis deepens, autophagy peaks. Beta-hydroxybutyrate typically peaks in the 3 to 5 day range. The brain shifts heavily onto ketosis instead of glucose. Gluconeogenesis stays minimal. Fat oxidation is prioritized. Autophagy, widely cited window for peak activity, roughly 48 to 96 hours. Cellular housekeeping, clearing damaged proteins and organelles, ramps up significantly. This is the main goal most experienced extended fasters cite for pushing into this range. Hormones and hunger shift. Growth hormone stays elevated. Part of why lean mass is relatively protected during extended fasting compared to plain caloric restriction. The body preferentially spares protein and burns fat. Hunger often drops, not rises. Many experienced fasters report hunger peaking around day 1 and 2, then flattening by day 3 4 as ketones suppress ghrelin signaling. You may already have noticed this if you're doing the same fast. Electrolytes are a real risk. Not calories, sodium, potassium, magnesium loss continue through urine without eating. Dizziness, lightheaded, especially when standing. Orthostatic hypertension becomes more common the longer the fast runs. Heart palpitations, irregular or racing heartbeat tracks with electrolyte imbalance, not with the fast not working yet. Muscle cramps and weakness, unusual or escalating weakness is a direct signal to address electrolytes immediately. Side note down here on the bottom says most extended fasters supplement with broth, salt, potassium, magnesium, salts precisely because this is where things go wrong. When to stop, not to push through. With 20 months of experience, you likely know your own baseline. These are the signals that override it. The racing or irregular heartbeat, severe or worsening dizziness, confusion or unusual disorientation. These track with the electrolyte problems, not the fast needing more time. Refeeding matters at hour 120. Refeeding syndrome risk. Reintroducing food too aggressively after a fast this long, even meat, can trigger a dangerous shift in phosphate, potassium, and magnesium. Going slow and light on the first meal back matters regardless of what meal is made of. Sleep and cognition can get patchy for some in this window. Others report unusual mental clarity. Both are normal at 96 to 120 hours. If you haven't had a doctor look at your electrolytes during an extended fast before, it's worth doing given how far we're pushing it. General psychological information, not medical advice. Physiological information, not medical. You know your own signals. The main thing worth flagging is the difference between fatigue, that means push through, and the symptoms that mean time to break the fast. It's one of the things that you have to watch when you're doing an extended fast. just because those signals can get confusing at times. So you have to know whether you're just fatigued or if you're dizzy, lightheaded, running into issues that signal that you need to break your fast. So, all right, we're going to start out tonight with Uncle Charlie's in the house. Not eating tonight. Awesome. Uncle Charlie's fasting. Aaron's out cutting the lawn. Lynn is in the house this evening. Good evening, Lynn. Brian's in the house saying hi to Aaron. Uncle Charlie says Dr. Barry was on a show saying everyone should not be eating butter all day long. Correct. Everyone shouldn't be. Some people can. Some people can't. Again, everybody has their N of 1 experience, and that's, I don't care who you are, whether it's Dr. Barry, Dr. Kilt, Dr. Chafee, you can't lump everybody into the same window. Just like you can't lump all doctors into the same window too. So some people, it's not going to hurt for them to eat butter. Some people it will. Some people don't need it. If you're if you have lipotoxicity, eating butter with all your meals and eating butter all day long is going to affect you in a negative way. Let's see, Brian saying hi to me this time. Hey, wait a minute. You said hi to Aaron before you said hi to me? What? Brian. That's fine. Uncle Charlie says, well, I can't believe that was you. You make me do the fasting. It wasn't just the fasting. It was a carnivore diet. But the fasting, the extended fasting, alternate day fasting all played a part in it. I think it all goes hand in hand, and it really did make a difference. Cover Ron, good afternoon, evening. I loved your video making that, wasn't a tenderloin, it was that one that you did today. That thing looked awesome. That was an amazing breakfast. I tried looking those up to see if we don't even sell those here in any of the stores that are around here. Uncle Charlie says, I'm sure your wife and kids are proud of you because I am. Well, thank you, Uncle Charlie. And they are. They actually talk about this here with other people too, about my weight loss and everything. Aaron says, I just pulled a grandma. Does that mean you just did an extremely long live show, Aaron? Because I know I ended up I got a call and I ended up having to leave and I didn't go back into it. And Brian says, I'm sorry I missed your live, Aaron. I had a phone call. And that's why I got off of it. Yeah, no worries. Angie, hey. Hello, Angie. And Angie says, hope everyone had a great day. So far, so good, Angie. It's been a great day. Ron says, hi, Brian. Video uploading, still got to do a thumbnail. Awesome. Seriously. Those pretty good numbers this morning. Pretty good numbers all day today, actually. I'm pretty happy with them. Typically, when I get to the 96 hour or after this hour here, going forward, my ketones will start to come down into the 4s again. And I don't know why. It happens, and I'm okay with that. It's just the way it's been for me. Jonathan, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Hey, do you ever do your workouts, your training fasted completely? Like, I'm 96 hours fasted now. I just got done doing my workout, 96 hours fasted. I pushed through. I didn't hit a wall. I still had the energy. My muscles gave out, though, which I kind of figured would happen still because it's only my second week of doing these workouts. It kicks my ass. Yeah, Ron, I'm going to 120 hours tomorrow night. About the time that I do my live tomorrow night, I'll be able to break my fast. Actually, about half an hour before that, I'll be doing my workout. I'll finish my workout right about 6 o'clock my time. Do the live at 6:15. I won't have time to break it, so I'm gonna break my fast afterwards, and I'll probably have a cup of bone broth. Maybe I'll do that while I'm doing the show. I'll break my fast with bone broth, and then have like a half a pound of ground beef. I still have a half pound burger in the bridge I made the other day before I started my fast on Sunday. Andy said I had my best ratio yet this morning. Glucose 61, ketones 2.5, GKI is 1.5, and the Dr. Boz up 27. So your benefits of your fast are still going on. And that's the amazing part of fasting. Even a sardine fast, your benefits can last for several days when you do that. Brian says he broke his fast at 90 hours today. DBR was 23. That's an awesome DBR. Larry, hey, good to see you on this morning with Dr. Kiltz. Those grandkids are amazing, aren't they? Now, I've got 7 of them. My oldest grandchild is 17 and my youngest is 5. And there's 6 girls and just 1 grandson. Guess who grandma spoils? She does have her favorite. Jeff, good evening. How are you doing tonight? How did your fast go? Everybody saying hi. Let's see. Jonathan says my Dr. Boz ratio was around 180, and I scrapped the whole day useless thing. The whole day useless thing of what? Of eating? Are you gonna adjust your eating windows? And he says, Lance, I ate today at 9 a.m. 3 ounces of bacon. Then an hour later, 8-ounce chuck roast. Yum. Was that Cassie's recipe chuck roast? That is delicious. I did enjoy 1 tablespoon of butter in my 1 cup of coffee this morning. I didn't get sick, and I feel full still. Fasting tomorrow. Congratulations. Good job, Angie. That is tremendous. You do have to be careful when you're doing the refeeds because they can get tricky. Lynn says, why do I end up in the verticals? I don't know. You click on the first one that pops up, and generally that's the vertical. And I always have to look for the little phone symbol on them. Saying hi to Ron. Ryan says, I love butter. I do too. Before I started this way of eating, before I became fat adapted, I couldn't have butter. Butter grossed me out. So did cottage cheese. I could not eat cottage cheese before I started eating this way. It wasn't until probably January, February that I started liking butter, where I could actually cut a chunk of butter and eat a chunk of butter. And it was still kind of different, but since then it's gotten a lot better. Eating brown butter bites helped me. That made a difference. And then cottage cheese, one day I decided to try cottage cheese, 4% fat. And I didn't get sick from it, which I would gag on cottage cheese before. All right, TRD, hello from Iran. How are you doing? Nice to have you in here. Jeff is 25 hours, heading to 40. Awesome. You'll be breaking it tomorrow morning then? That's a good fast. It's a good alternate day fast right there. I like that one. Oh, Ellie has something over me. Yep. Did you fall asleep in a meeting? 3 hours. Yeah, that is a long live stream, Aaron. That's one way to get your watch hours up, right? Congratulations on hitting that 500 mark. Aaron says, my DBR was 25. I ate more bacon today. I'm eating a steak tomorrow. And that sounds fabulous. What's my idea about this war against Iran? I don't have an idea about it. So I stay out of politics on this channel. It's not what this channel is for. Everybody saying hi. Organic Carnivore Muscle says at least half of my fat intake over the last 6.5 years has come from butter. And you've done very well on it. So I don't think that what Uncle Charlie was saying applies to you. And that's why I say everybody has their end of one. They have to find what works for them. That was great numbers, Aaron. They really were. Wait till you guys see the video I did of my workout today. It's ab intervals today. And oh my God, they're killing my abs today. The one part where you have to do the Superman, where you're on your stomach and your hands are up. My Dalmatian got involved in it. She wanted to cuddle. She tried doing her Superman. Funny. How much more weight do you want to lose? Initially, right now, my weight as of today was 207. I want to get to 200 pounds. At 200 pounds on the BMI and a bunch of the other indexes, I am no longer considered overweight for my height. It's actually 200.4 pounds. If I get down to that, I am no longer overweight. I want to get down to that initially. From there, I want to lose another 10 pounds where my body weight fluctuation, which your body can fluctuate 5 to 10 pounds at any given day. I want to be on my high fluctuation at 200 and my low weight of 190. That's where I want to be. So I want to get down to 190. So when I fluctuate my weight, I can go up to 200 and I can go back down to 190 and I can, fluctuate in that 10-pound range. That's my ultimate goal. And then after about 6 months of being in that range, I'll go back to my doctor and I'm going to request some specific lab from her. But I want to see the look on her face when the last time she saw me, I was 340 pounds. And then I'm at 190. Because she told me this diet wasn't good for you, this way of eating would kill me, and it was the wrong thing to do. I want to prove her wrong. Yeah, grandkids are amazing. They are so fun, and the different stages that they get into, I absolutely love them. Yeah, so 7 pounds initially, and then another 10 pounds. So 17 pounds total now is what I want to lose. The chicks in the next generation are 3 to 2, LOL, right? Does Brian 258 have a YouTube channel? Not yet, but I think he's going to be getting one up shortly. Coach Charlie, you forgot to say thank you, by the way. That's funny. Yep, I only make chuck roast the Cassie way. That is the amazing way. I love the Cassie chuck roast. That was so delicious. You are so very welcome, Angie. I'm so happy that you have gotten such great results doing this. It's one of the reasons why I do what I do here on YouTube is to pay forward what I've learned and what I've been able to do and to help others. So watching you succeed in this is a great honor for me, and I am very happy with that. Uncle Charlie says, I can't eat cheese, yogurt, butter, cottage cheese, sour cream. It makes me fat. And for some people it will. Now, this time where I had a lot of stalled with my weight loss, I was thinking that it had to do with what I was eating. I've changed a bunch of different things on how I was eating, including going to a leaner cut of meat, mixing my pound of ground beef with a pound of ground pork, and that way cut the fat back to like 60% of calories from fat. I was eating less ribeyes, less 80-20, more of the leaner cuts of meat, pork steak, the 85 15 or the 87-13, whatever that is, ground beef. So it was cutting back on my fat intake. That really didn't seem to do anything. I started eating the ribeyes again. Didn't make any difference. Started eating the Kilt's ice cream when I started doing my fasting. And I watched my blood sugars drop when I was eating the Kilt's ice cream. Um, I bought the keto bricks, the primal fudge keto brick. So when we were eating that back in the end of June and into July, when we were eating the Kilt's ice cream, we were slicing up a keto brick, just little slices of it, breaking up, put it into the ice cream. It seemed like when I went back to a little bit more fat and then doing the fasting, I started losing my weight again. So it was time. The fasting helped. I think it all helped a little bit, changing things up. I found something that's working. And I've been eating cottage cheese. The 4% fat cottage cheese seems to do really good with me. Jeff says got a little lightheaded at the golf course today. Pounding the electrolytes now. Yep. When I'm fasting at this point, I always have at least 2 packs of electrolytes with me at any time, just in case something like that happens. And I always have a bottle of water. I can put a electrolyte in a bottle of water, drink that real quick, and then I'll also have a flavored electrolyte that has a little bit of stevia that can help too. But yeah, the electrolytes at any time in the fast, especially if you're first starting out fasting in the first few months, are extremely important. And he says, "You got this, Jeff." Absolutely, you're doing the right thing. Uncle Charlie says, "Thank you, Carnivore Muscle, for what I forgot." I go on so many lives. Yes, you do. You need to stop repeating the same scornful, different answers and take advice on board. Watch you repeat yourself. It's tiring to watch. I'm sorry. Thinking for myself. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you here thinking for myself. I don't know if I've seen you in my live stream before. I've seen you in other live streams for sure. I should have Carnivore Muscle on for an interview. I haven't done any interviews on my channel. So I've thought about doing it. The first person I want to interview on my channel is my wife. But she doesn't want to come on and do an interview with me. Ron says, "I love butter. I love cream too. I used to love coffee. Coffee doesn't love me." And it is your trademark. It wouldn't be Uncle Charlie without you asking the same questions. And I don't mind answering them. Carnivore Muscle says, "People don't approach me for interviews. Usually, fragile egos don't like being busted." Lance might be different. I might be. My ego, I can put that in check pretty easy because there's a lot of people that know a lot more about this stuff than I do. And I learn so much from everybody. Even the newest person doing this diet that has found something that's worked for them, I learned from them. Awesome. Uncle Charlie was 325 pounds, wanted to hit 220 pounds, and here I am at 180. Well, that is amazing, and that shows how well this diet works, Uncle Charlie. And you've been able to do this and finding out what works best for you and what doesn't work. Let's see, thinking for myself. I take it your name is D. Saying hi to Angie, Jonathan, Brian, Aaron. And you remember Jonathan, so yes, awesome. Yeah, I'm a bloody genius. I just want to flex my memory skills this evening. See, it helps. That's a muscle that people have to work too. Yeah, my doctor's gonna be pleasantly shocked when she sees me. I hope so. Yeah, you're in awe of your mental clarity, John. You must be a carnivore. Got to say that with a British accent, right? That's Jonathan, by the way. I know he does take particular pride in his name. Aaron says, my daughter took me to vote, and now I'm stuck in the car as she drives around. So much fun, Aaron. It is. You gotta drive around with the kids. Who's John? Yeah, Lance is in the video. Yeah. You think they'd be a great interview? I think it might be. I might have to get a hold of Jonathan and try it out. Your phone took over your spelling. I do hate autocorrect when it does correct you like that. I used to joke around. I am into fitness, fitting this whole pizza in my mouth. I have been in and out of fitness for quite a while. And for like strength training, I have not really done a whole lot of strength training. The only strength training I do is my own body weight. I do have a weight bench sitting over there. I have a lot of weights sitting there, and I think I'm gonna be moving them down to the basement. We got a room in the basement that we're gonna make into like a gym. I'm gonna get a TV put down there so I can do my Beachbody workouts down there. I've got a treadmill, I've got the weight bench, and my wife's got a bike, cycling bikes that you can sit on. The old lady at the voting place called me Irwin and wrote that. Isn't that terrible? We went somewhere the other day and they asked for a name, and I gave them my wife's name. And the name that the lady replied back to me, I was like, what? It wasn't even close to what my wife's name was. Ranya's, her 22Q cat's name is Lynn with an E at the end. Your mental clarity is what you should have said. Yeah. My phone called you, John. I swear. We'll take that. That'll work. Everybody's chatting among themselves. Did I miss Donna Ray? Did she pop in and I didn't see her? Dee saying hi to Donna Ray, but I don't see Donna Ray. Okay, there's Donna Ray. Why didn't I see her up above this? I hate when StreamYard does that. There are times where it just doesn't show the comments. I've been looking at different streaming software to use, and it's got a few different features on it. I don't know if I want to go to that one or not. Which one is it? Streamlabs. Anybody here use Streamlabs? Because they do have some different stuff on there. Yeah, it's first time in here, but I've seen you in other live streams, Dee, so I'm happy you stopped in and said hello. I appreciate it. Yeah, everybody's saying hi. Steak tenders, that's what it is. That was amazing, and they look delicious. I don't find them here in my town. I'm gonna have to go. When I go to Costco or Sam's Club this weekend, I'm gonna have to check the local stores and see if they have any of those. Uncle Charlie says you should start doing interviews. Target Prime Rib. Stop doing them. I used to like watching them. I enjoyed watching Thomas's lives, and I've thought about doing them. Dee says I don't have an ego and make fun of myself regularly. Sometimes I'm the only one laughing, though. I understand. It's a good thing that you can laugh at yourself and about yourself. Yeah, Jonathan, Carnivore Ron, does interviews. He's got a great channel too. You should go on there and talk to him also. I've been on his channel. Aaron's been on his channel. The Carnivore guy. Um, Bella, Steak and Butter Gal, was on his channel. Brian, and he's done a couple others too. Let's see. Bacon Runner says, Aaron, instead, I listened to a couple of your vids this morning while driving. The D, you can say whatever to me. Just call me by the correct name. Yep. And I've heard Jonathan say that several times. And before I ever said Jonathan or typed Jonathan in, I made sure I got the spelling of his name right too, because I didn't want to offend him. If you go through a Dale Carnegie course, one of the first things that they teach you is that the most important word in any language is the person's name, and to get it right. So that's one of the things that I've always tried to do, is to get a person's name right. You know, you meet somebody who, like Jonathan, some people with Jonathan will go by John. Asking them, what do you prefer, John, Jonathan, or what? And then go by that. That's what I've always done. And we all learn from each other. It's the way it's done. Uncle Charlie, have you been using your hula hoop? Did you get a hula hoop, Uncle Charlie? Every day for 5 minutes? Awesome. I'm happy to report that I am still one of the worst people ever to try doing a hula hoop, and I have absolutely no rhythm. My phone did, honest. The typo, I typed too fast, yeah. And I do understand how that happens, because I've done the same thing. As long as you don't blame autocorrect, Mr. Pity Party in our community. I don't know who Mr. Pity Party is. You gave in and decided to cut the lawn, Aaron. I got to do that too. My backyard's getting a little bit tall. My front yard's not that bad. Don Ray saying, Brian, as I have said before, a day without seeing you is like a day without bacon. Just not a pleasant day, is it? It was Bigfoot. He did it. I like that. Oh, okay. Yes, I know who you're talking about now. Bigfoot? Sasquatch. Yeah, mowing the lawn can be a workout. It. And Donna Ray says, Jonathan, I also listened to you on my long drive this morning. You're babysitting again today, Donna Ray? The chat can sometimes post right in the middle of my typing, especially on the computer. I try to delete it and try it again. I've had to delete a couple of mine because it does the same thing. Jeff says, I'd like to be a fly on the wall at your doctor visit. Just at the beginning, though. Right, to see her face when she walks in and sees me instead of the old fat guy that used to be me. Kind of makes me want to put my phone in my pocket with the camera facing out and just record it. Just for good measure. And he says, Don Ray, true. I miss Brian if he's not in the chat. It's just different without Brian in chats. No rider. Too big to push it this time. Yeah. D says, yep, I'm off on Thursday and Sunday, so I get to watch some lives. Well, that's good. Just speak the truth, Brian. That's what he does. He's very good at it. Oh, thank you, babe. Hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about. No, it's on. I do have the DVDs. I have the Insanity. I have Insanity Asylum volumes 1 and 2. I have Focus T25, and I have an Insanity Max 30, all on DVDs. I have P90X on DVD also, but I don't do it. But Beachbody, they have Body on Demand. It's BODI, and they're on demand. I pay a yearly subscription, and then I can do all the Beachbody workouts. And it's just on an app. You can have it on your phone, your laptop, computer, your TV. So it works everywhere that you are, and it's actually really easy to use. I found the last 2 times I've renewed my subscription, I've gotten a discount code from Beachbody, and at a time where they're giving away for like $25 for the year, and that's where I bought it. And it's usually like $120 for a year, which is actually a good price if you're going to use it. The thing I like about it is my workouts are at home. They do have strength training, so if you have a home gym where you have barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, all that kind of stuff, they have workouts for that too. So you can build muscle doing this stuff. They have lower impact, they have higher impact, all kinds of stuff. The P90X, a lot of good stuff. 22, the 22 hardcore or something like that, where it's like a military workout. You guys are too nice. Yeah. Brian Lance, were your ears burning? We were talking wonderful about you both in Aaron's live today. Well, and I missed it because I didn't see you in the live. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. P90X is vicious, yeah. I have Beachbody too somewhere. Beachbody, I don't know if they're doing it with everything that people had, but if you signed up for an account, you have an account on beachbody.com. And I don't know if with that purchase of a Beachbody workout, if you were the original person to purchase the body or the workout from Beachbody, I think even on Body on Demand, even though you don't have the subscription, in I think any workout that you have purchased, you still have access to on their on demand. But yeah, the P90X is a vicious workout. Right? Does Angie D make you say that? Thank you. I appreciate it too. So I have one more day left, just under 24 hours now to actually just under 23 hours, and I'll be breaking my fast. It's going to be 120 hours when I'm done, which is a really good fast. I'm down to 207 pounds as of today. My lightest weight so far has been 205. I'm 7 pounds away from my ultimate goal of being a normal weight. 7.2 pounds or whatever away from being in Wonderland, which I haven't been in since the 1990s. So it's been a long time. And I am so excited to be there. ID says I actually have the DVDs for Beachbody. Yeah, and for each of the programs I listed, I have the DVDs for every one of them. When I worked in the oil field, I used to bring my laptop with me, and I used to put them in my laptop. The laptop I have now doesn't even have a DVD player on it. My old laptop is actually sitting right down here, and I still use it for the DVD player because it still works. And it's amazing what these Beachbody workouts will do for you. They are really good. Yeah, I really enjoy the feeling I get after I'm done with them. Well, thank you, Dee. I appreciate it. So with that, I'm gonna actually call it a night tonight. My wife has something she wants to go do with my granddaughter, so I'm gonna have to go to a park or something. I don't know what it is with them, but it's always fun. 7 o'clock. I'm sure there's somebody on somewhere doing another live at this time. Tomorrow, for my last live of the fasting, I'll be on again at 6:15 in the evening. You all have a great night. I appreciate that, Jeff. Hey, yes, Les Mills Body Combat. You used to teach body pump and combat years ago. I love the Les Mills Combat. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.